But now I think it's time for us to head to the greenhouse and see what else we are going to get done today. Like a zinnia graveyard. Here, that is the seed. And the one right here, they're friends. I love that this rose is still blooming in November. Wow. It is so pretty. I think I'm gonna start working on this, trying to get some of these stems attached to this trellis that I have right here. And then after I finish that, we'll make our way to the greenhouse. I like that this rose doesn't have a lot of thorns on it too. But I do have my gloves this time. I am prepared, unlike in the last video. I wasn't prepared for anything. I'm prepared today. The white blooms. Oh, and look. It looks so pretty before it opens too. Wow, to think this turns into this. And I think this one is actually about to fade away. Let's see if we can get this in focus. How it looks at the different stages. Compared to this one. Again, see if we can get in focus. There we go. I think roses look lovely in every stage it's in, even when the petals are starting to fall. Like on this one, still gorgeous. But let me start tying up the stems to the trellis. I could not find none of my twisty ties or my twine to tie up the vines of this rose. So I'm just going to use these cheap clips that I got from Dollar Tree, or should I say $1.25 Tree. So I'll use these temporarily until I can get something that's going to hold them better. But for now, these should work. I think I'm done with this rose for now. I don't know how well the clips are gonna hold up. Once I find my twine that I usually use, or twisty tie type of string, I'll switch it out because I don't think it'll hold the canes well as they get bigger. For now, this is going to work. It's absolutely lovely. I really like white blooms. I should buy more white blooming things. It really pops. I feel like it really pops against the green. And then the greenhouse is white, so I think it looks really good. And eventually it will be a lovely entryway for my kitchen garden leading to the greenhouse. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the rose climbing over this trellis. In the past, I actually had grow bags here on either side, and I grew tomatoes and some other things in it. I like that, but the issue with that is that when the tomatoes start to get those pests, those like flying leaf hopper things, um, you have to go through that in order to get, into the kitchen garden. So I didn't want to get attacked by pests and stuff anymore when walking through here. So I think the rose is a better option, even though it has, the thorns. These thorns aren't that bad. There's not a lot of thorns on this rose. Again, this is the iceberg climbing rose, and I bought it from Heirloom Roses. Bought it from Heirloom Roses. Absolutely gorgeous. But now I think it's time for us to head to the greenhouse and see what else we are going to get done today. I really need to pull this. I don't know if I want to clean the greenhouse path today, but this whole area is a mess. It is a mess. There's still like some little bitty blooms on here. The rest of this, it's like a zinnia graveyard. Oh my gosh. I was gonna see if I can save some of these seeds. Like you can see the seed on these. I'll give you a better view. I don't even know if you're able to see that well. But at the end of here, that is the seed. Can you see it? Let's see. That's the seed. So there's tons of seeds that I could collect, but they're naturally dropping on here. So the benefit of leaving it to look like this is that I will have some volunteer zinnias everywhere. So let's just sprinkle these around. And we'll have some volunteer zinnias next year. I kind of just want to get all of the raised beds mulched, but I'm not going to get to all the raised beds today. I think I'm going to work on the one that actually has zinnias in it. I'm going to pull those zinnias out and get that cleaned up. And I think that's all I'll be doing today in this garden cleanup, part 2 of this garden cleanup series. I guess I'm calling it a series. I don't even know if I want to plant any lettuces for a winter garden. I am still unsure. I kind of would rather just top that bed, make sure there's no more ants in it, and then just top that bed with some compost and then mulch it and just let it sit and do its thing over the winter, and then come back in February. That's usually when I start my spring thingies. I can direct sow in February. It takes longer for things to get started just because it's not really hot. But I'd rather just direct sow them and let it, get started slow than versus packing this greenhouse with a bunch of seedlings. It's been difficult to keep seedlings alive over the winter. It's so stressful. It's really stressful. And I'm thinking about cleaning out my seeds and donating a good bit of them just because I love seed starting. And then because of the stress of keeping them alive in a greenhouse that's not heated, doing that makes me not love starting seeds. So it has its, seed starting is bittersweet for me. And the local nursery I go to, which is Growers Outlet, they sell their seedlings for really, really cheap compared to the big box stores. So I like to support them and just buy their seedlings versus stressing myself out or in late winter trying to get seeds started in here. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just start a tray or something. A tray is easier to keep alive versus having the entire greenhouse. I had the entire greenhouse filled with seedlings. And since my greenhouse is not heated, I usually just use I actually have a drop cord in here to plug up, just a regular heater. I haven't been able to find a greenhouse heater I love. So I would just use a regular heater to heat things up in here. And I also keep track of the temperature in here using, let me grab it, a Govee, the brand Govee. I can link it in the description. But it's a smart thermo hygrometer, and I'm able to track the temperature of the greenhouse with my phone. I love that. But it reaches about 300 feet, and my house is further than the 300 feet. So I have to stand in the back of the house in order for it to connect sometimes, but that's fine. It doesn't require me to come all the way out here to check the temperature of the greenhouse, which I love. So it gives me peace of mind knowing my seeds are, at a temp that's good for them. But yeah, I'll link this in the description if anyone's interested in getting them one. I love this thing. Here are those salvia that we had cleaned up. It was just a few days ago, but in my last video, I feel better about the chomp that I had gave it. There's not as many bees out here as it was, though, so it's kind of sad. This is what we are tackling today. It was really pretty. I had zinnias growing in here. Like I said, I had my peonies. I had some narcissus that actually bloomed, and I just threw the bulbs in here. So it's going to be interesting to see what what we end up seeing in the spring right here in this bed. Okay, so I just said I don't see bees out here, but I found the bees. They're chilling on this celosia. In the celosia or celosia. Anyway. Oh, look at that. So they love it. And now I don't have the heart to pull it out. I think I'm going to let it stay until it's fully, until it's fully left us. Because the bees are enjoying it. Oh. Do y'all see how distracted I get? This is why my task list is so short. Because I end up doing other things that I'm not supposed to be doing. It's as close as we can get. I have a macro lens on my wish list that I'm going to be purchasing so we can get even closer shots. Look, there's actually two right here. One here. Let's see if I can get it in focus. Oh gosh, and then one right here. They're friends. Okay, let me leave these bees alone. Let's get to work. We are about to start cleaning this bed up, but I want to listen to something while I do it. Do y'all listen to things? Or wear headphones or something when you're gardening? I love doing that. I feel like it makes the time go by faster, and it makes the work feel like less work.
Change is constant, learning to flow. All the unknown, lemons thrown. May look different from what you've dreamed. Colors and contrast making it art. What if happy can be built?
Saw this butterfly fly past me as I was cleaning. Okay, we can get back to work now.
Lucky, I learned what lemons can do. Lucky, they let me here with you. Lucky. It's your choice which way you go. What if happy can be built, turning into all that's good? Lucky I learned what lemons can do. Lucky they let me here with you. May I have peace to accept what I can't change. Courage to change the things I can. Wisdom to know the difference.
I'm starting to get hot in this hoodie. So I think I'm gonna call it. I love that we have one more bed done though. Feels nice to be getting something accomplished. Another bed down. I still need to clean that path. I think remulching the paths is the last thing I'm going to do, and weeding those. We did that bed last video. Hello, Mr. Frog. I'm debating on buying some violas because I want to have something blooming in the winter, and violas do really well. I'll show you the kinds I'm thinking about getting. These. So I'm thinking about buying some more, maybe in the same color or different color. Another frog. But I'm thinking about going to the nursery and buying more to add into that bed right there. I think that would be really pretty to do. Maybe we could add in some other plants into these pots right here. These are empty. So we got another bed completed. Yay! I still had some energy left. So I thought about tackling that bed, but I really do want to get some violas. Something blooming over the winter. I think it'd be really pretty out here, especially since everything is all brown and sleeping at the moment. Maybe I'll be able to capture some photos of that butterfly. I don't see it anymore. I saw it a second ago. It keeps bouncing from bloom to bloom to bloom to bloom, and it's moving so fast that I can't capture it the way I want to. That's why I have that macro lens on my wish list. So maybe if I have a longer lens, I'll be able to stand further away, and I won't disturb the butterflies. But I'm surprised I see a butterfly out here anyway. It's the only one I see. I might have to wait until the spring before I can actually get some pretty photos of that. Because in my last video, I said I love nature photography, and why don't I just start, I don't know, leaning into that interest a little bit more? Especially since I'm already out here, I'm already capturing blooms and insects. What if I just got practice some macro photography at the same time? I don't know. Who knows what it can turn into? But that is all for this very chatty garden vlog. I just want to say thank you for joining me again, and also thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.
Trusting your instincts, real